Marvel Generation unites the Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales with Peter Parker of yesteryear. In Generations, the Spiders, #1. So the Spider-Man Generation comics continues what they've been doing in all of these Generations titles, uniting the original classic version of the characters such as Spider-Man, Captain America, and Ms. Marvel with their newer iterations of their character. And as we get into this comic, we see that Miles Morales is waking up dressed very differently and he doesn't know exactly where he is. As he makes his way out of the bathroom, it turns out that he is in the past, much like many of our other heroes so far in Generations. And as it turns out, he just so happens to bump into the one and only Peter Parker, who we see just got a grant. Now, along with this, we also find out that Flash Thompson, Harry Osborn, and Gwen Stacy is still very much alive. Thus, this is the first hint of exactly when this takes place. We see Miles Morales try to talk to Peter Parker, but he gets a little bit of a, I guess you could say, cold feet and ends up running away. The place he runs off to is his neighborhood to see his mom. And as luck would just so have it, he happens to see the exact moment him and Gank became best friends. Them two playing on the street, playing with Legos, sharing a nice friendly conversation while both of their moms are just looking at them. Miles Morales cracks a little smile, happy to just be able to relive this great moment in his life. Unfortunately, this is lived short when he's more or less told to leave because he looks like a creeper. Because let's face it, a dude staring at a bunch of kids playing with a, big old grin on his face, yeah, that's kind of creepy. So he goes, sits upon a building and really ponders what he should do next, which brings him to the house of Peter Parker. And as he gets there, he sees that Peter is really devastated. As it turns out, this is that night. This is the night that so many people remember that was recently recreated in Spider-Man Homecoming. Peter Parker literally had to lift an entire building above his head as he almost drowned. And as it turns out, Aunt May was almost dead. It was all down to this, and Peter Parker is literally at this moment at the worst point in his life. Everything was just falling apart. Him and Miles Morales sit down and have a nice heart-to-heart, really talking about more or less everything. And Miles Morales is sure to let him know that the future is okay. He has all of his hair, which is something Peter was worried about losing, which, who would want to lose their hair? I mean, that's goddamn awful. And as the two share a great moment with Peter just kind of, taking his suit and the mask and trying to rinse the water out of it, Miles has learned his lesson and disappears into time. Overall, this was an awesome issue. I really enjoyed it. The art style definitely feels like it's from back in the day, and I love the characterizations. It's great to see both of these characters share a nice moment together, and I would recommend this for Spider-Man fans. 8 out of 10.